What's up, Griff? Griff, did you see the result between Logix and Duodas? Logix is up to 4-0-0 now. He's won all 4 of his games. He's by far the favorite to win the tournament. I think you've got the best shot of beating him, though. And most likely in the next round, it'll give you against him because he's top and you second. So, the nest is an easy spot. A stretch of winterscape where there's no cold. White webbing, patchy and listing from every tree, every copse, every inch of the place. You march the company right in, weapons drawn, and there you come across the wrapped bodies, their centers blown open and blackened, a spawn of spiderlings sucking on the organs. Staring up, you see red eyes flare between the branches of the surrounding trees. The whole arachnidian arboretum comes alive, its wardens perched there amongst the brush with their squatted legs, indistinguishable from the branches, the enemy hiding in plain sight. You damn near shit yourself when a supposed tree unfolds entirely, every wooden stalk but a spider leg. The arborous slight descending on the company, chittering and chamfering for a bite. What a lovely bit of writing, and this guy definitely got his thesaurus out. You don't see a word like chamfering very often. Chamfering and arboretum. Okay, so we are starting surrounded, but that's what rotation is for. So how many rerolls do you have now? You only got 1, right? I'm in a kind of a similar spot because I'm sitting on, I think I've got 3 rerolls. I've only got 1. Oof. You see, the thing is, I'm saving for a Minotaur, but I'm not convinced it's even the right choice. Archer, Raider. Okay, so Celestialis will move there. But I think I do need to go for the Minotaur. So now the thing is, I'm up against the Amazons in the next game. And it's going to be super fucking hard. Because I can shield. If you wait, you'll get rotated out. So I had an extra level up that I was holding on to. And I went for a second tackle. So now I've got 2 goats that can actually tackle his Amazons. I agonized a little bit with the choice between going for a second tackle or going for strip ball. Should have gone for ghouls. What? So your other choice then would have been what? If you had gone for an extra zombie or 2? How good are these fighting spears against the spiders? Excellent. Okay, so if I shoot here, then I can't get my mace out and bonk, just murder that spider. So if you went for no ghouls, you could have got 1 extra reroll. Rusko. Yes! Kill the spiders. Riposte is kind of pointless. Because I don't believe riposte procs off of them spitting webs on you. But anyway, so in my game, which I'm playing tomorrow night, by the way, against Virtual Viking, against the Amazons, like almost all of his TV is in his 1 blitzer. His 1 blitzer has Mighty Blow piling on. So it's a block, dodge, Mighty Blow piling on blitzer. So I'm just going to blitz that particular piece every single turn. And I think it's just going to come down to, it's all going to depend on how quickly I can get that blitzer off the field, if I can at all. If I can't get that blitzer off the field, I'm going to lose badly. I need to get my shield out. Get wrecked, spider nerds. Well, I wrote to the right one with the dog. What the fuck does that mean, Duck Yours? What are you on about? Creeper Jack. This I can shield. Hunting bow. Damn it. Damn it! Dodgy little fucks. And like after my first 2 games, I was pretty certain that I'd created my chaos team correctly, but that 3rd game made me really wish I'd gotten the Minotaur. The thing is that I'm sitting on 100k saved, which I know is going to increase my TV for the next game, but if I just need to get 50k in this next game, then I can buy a Minotaur. Nice, good shot. God, Trevor Belmont's a fucking animal. Look at him. I think so. For me though, I just desperately need levels on my Chaos Warriors, but it's fucking impossible. One of them has a touchdown. No, one of them has a completed pass, and one of them has an injury inflicted. And now I've got 2 goats that have tackle. And then I think I need... I don't know what I'm going to put on the other goats. I think the next goat needs to get strip ball. If it was not the Amazons, I probably would have got strip ball. But I was just thinking about how strip ball will interface with blodge. The fact that most of those Amazons have blodge. I think that even if I have strip ball, I might get the ball off him. But if I roll both down, we both go down, and he loses the ball. But if he rolls defended stumbles, then he just gets pushed back, but it still would have got the ball off him. I don't know. In the end, I ended up going for tackle over strip ball, just because I've at least then got 2 goats that can every turn have one Amazon that can't use their dodge bullshit to avoid getting punched. Shot, David, I not. But as I said, and I'll say again, I firmly believe that my game against the Amazons will be decided in the first 2 or 3 turns. I need to attack and hope that he puts his blitzer in range of being blitzed. Because if I defend and he's able to have his blitzer mighty blow my goats, or if I'm unlucky, my Chaos Warriors. It's going to be interesting. And they absolutely can be taken out. I mean, you saw against the dwarves, he got pitch cleared against the dwarves. But specifically, I need to get his mighty blow piling on blitzer off the field just as quick as I possibly can. Have it iron art. You can... Oh, miss your attack, you nerd. It is. Round 4 is up. I think that Logix... We're at 4 AP, so I can still... Oh, damn, that's 6 AP. Logix and Judas Varnus already played their game. And Logix won, as you might imagine. With Skaven versus Halflings. So that takes Logix to 4-0 now. Nice, Ruskar. And let's see, and so plus 10 defense from reach advantage. Gets plus a 15 melee defense. That's actually pretty damn good for someone who doesn't have a shield. So Griff, it's up to you. I think you're the one who's got the best chance of actually beating Logix. Him or Shinobi with his chops. Shinobi's in with a shout, but Shinobi's a lot less experienced than Logix. Oof, that damage. Fuck's sake. I don't think so, Griff. I think you're up against... Oh, actually, no. In the next round, I was thinking you're almost certainly going to be up against the Rats, the Skaven, because you're sitting in second and he's sitting in first. I don't know. You'd have to check who you're up against. I've dropped down to 8th place, and I was leading just two fucking games ago. I was leading. I'm 1-1-1, which is not dreadful. Silly Asonus. Look at these damage numbers now. 93 to 118. Does 118 to 143 damage to hit points, of which 0 to 71 can ignore armor. But Griff, I reckon you should back yourself to beat the dwarves. As long as your Frankenstein monsters don't get injured, you should be good. Well done, men. Hold your position. Let the spiders retreat. That was nice. Look at that. We should get loads of spider webs. We're going to turn them all into reinforced nets. At this point now, if I can find a group of, let's say, 4 or less Shrat, I'll fight them. Or if it's a 1 skull Shrat mission, we can probably also do a... what are those big dragons called again? The green things? If that's 1 skull, we can probably do it. But for real though, if it's a 2 or a 3 skull Lindworm, then everybody on the front line needs to have their Sele helmets and their Noble Mail. And at least level 11. Those fucking dragons are no joke. Oh, we got a lad. Welcome to the company. This is Berkhart, the retired soldier. Whoa! That's amazing. So I actually have the chance of getting a retired soldier because it's from an event, so I couldn't hire him. That's awesome. Wait a second. Is Apprentice lowborn? Oh, no, it's not. Damn. Where is Apprentice? I don't think I've seen any apprentices. I can't believe we got a retired soldier. What a nice bit of luck. Yeah, he counts as combat, so... it looks like Apprentice doesn't have a background, really. Killer on the run. Caravan hand. I don't think so. So Elandarion, who I've got leveled as my sergeant, I like his huge fatigue, his good melee defense, and his 2 stars in resolve. The plan for Elandarion is to have him use the bitter spanker, which I'm hoping is going to offset his low attack damage. Griff, honestly, I didn't enjoy it. I did not enjoy Vermintide 2. I was very disappointed with it. It didn't do anything for me. But I think it's because we were just sprinting through the level, and there wasn't time to pay attention to any of what the narrator was saying, or any of the details, any of the flavor. When we try again next week, I want us to go a lot slower, and you know, try to get like immersed in it. I mean, I loved the first one. The first one was fucking great. I remember on the first one, that mission where you have to go get the grain in Vermintide 1 was so fucking good. So tense. And I think I must try one of the other classes, because at least with Saltspire in Vermintide 2, it felt very floaty, and when I was hitting the enemies, there was very little, you know, feedback, and it didn't feel great. Belmont could do with, I think, more defense. His fatigue is actually terrible, but fucking so good. Wait, did I take? I did take dodge. In that case, I need to level up his initiative, melee skill, range defense. Exactly, especially in Warhammer. So when we play against, if any of you guys who are listening play with me next week Monday. Also, the problem is I can't stream it, so I've tried. For whatever reason, it is brutal on my processor, and I can't stream it in any sort of decent frame rate. So Monday nights we can still play together, but then I just won't be able to stream it. I couldn't even record it offline. Okay, so Samuel Lothbrok, the sword tank. Actually don't have great melee defense for someone who's supposedly tank, but he does have very nice dodge though. How much does he get? He gets 76. Gotta take that. And extra fatigue, I reckon. I quite like Taunt, but then again, his melee defense isn't that wonderful. Could go Indomitable, but he's getting how much? 15% of 76, so an extra 9 defense, so 48 melee defense. It's pretty good. Nimble, he's nice and beefy as well. And his accuracy is decent. But Griff, it's weird how some games just click for you and some games don't. Nothing wrong with that. I'm going to try it for a few more Mondays, but I might have to abandon it by the wayside, particularly as Phoenix Point is going to be out before you know it, and Vampire the Masquerade will be out soon as well. So like, if I taunt someone and take Indomitable, then that's my 2 actions for the turn, and I can't actually attack at all. So like, the only time I would use Taunt and Indomitable if I'm up against like an Orc Warlord or something that's fucking terrifying. But then, I mean, I expect that I'm going to have Torturers. And to my money, a Battle Whip, the disarm from the Battle Whip is even better than Taunt Indomitable, because you just disarm the person you're attacking. Let's look at my tanks. So we've got Gifted, no Taunt. Who's got the other Taunt? Caber Beast has the other Taunt. I think, because like he's okay where he is. I think let's go Killing Frenzy, because he can get some kills and up his damage. Sanchaba says there's also an event for the Peasant Militia where Barbarian will join your local band. That's awesome. Love to get a barbarian. And I must decide what we're going to do with this lad. I think this might be our second torturer. I think it almost certainly is, because he'll get plus 28 melee skill on average with 1 star. So that'll be 80, 92. His fatigue is not great, but we'll just make him light armor, shield specialist. Build him the same way as we have Trevor Belmont. This is our second torturer. So light armor torturer. And fatigue is super important on him. What else does he get? You found Burkhard dangling from a tree. The sellsword, the last survivor of a mercenary band sent to kill the Webnecks. He joined the company after you rescued him. And once we kill enough beasts, he'll lose that fear of beasts debuff. Chris Oak and Shield are plus 5. And plus 3, we'll definitely take that. He's a very good candidate for dodge nimble. I don't think I need anticipation on him, because his base range defense is not going to be great. I think we'll go dodge, and I mean, he's going to be using aimed shot most of the time anyway, so I think he is going to need relentless then. He's going to need dodge, relentless. Dodge this level, bow mastery level 5, fancy feet level 6, nimble level 7, relentless at 8, berserk at 9, and then, you know, pure archer build. This, God, I don't know what to do with Simon Othbrock. It kind of doesn't matter, because he's going to be retired anyway eventually once we get someone who is going to be more suitable. So let's go for the damage with Killing Frenzy. And taunt. I quite like taunt. So we've got 2 taunters now. And then the taunt enables the lad next to him to output some nice damage. Although maybe the taunter is better. The taunters are better in these positions. It then allows someone here to step forward and quick hands to a big old weapon. Okay, Silius Sodus moves forward there. But I kind of need Forest Roman to hold that flank. So then Burning Bush, the Sword Raider. I'll tell you what, mate. Put that pike away, use a great sword. And then whenever you get the chance, you can whip out your great sword, step forward there, be protected by Samo's taunt. I think that'll be quite saucy. Let's do that. And then my Sergeant Elandarion will be using this bitter spanker before you know it. $5,000. Oh, this is definitely doable. Greenskin parties and their camps. But I wonder if we shouldn't just quickly finish this ambition first. Poison on the ranged fighters? Question mark? Maybe. Let's see, level 5. I need level 6 on these ranged guys. As soon as I get level 6, then I don't have to carry a shield, because I can just fancy feet away. What do you reckon, lads? We go kill a warlord, or just quickly finish up the ambition first? Let's go do the undead fight first. Now this is crazy, we can't turn down 5,000 gold. But let's head over to the training hall I just make sure that these low-level lads, level 11, level 4, he's got only one more battle. Okay, so we'll do one greenskin battle, and then we'll go get training again. Barbarians, many reavers and a few chosen. That'll do. In fact, I should be fighting these barbarians on sight. I want their throwing weapons. We're going to step up. No, just let them charge. These two-handed guys shouldn't be able to move in twice and attack, so... Hold the line, shoot him. Nice weapon, nerd. Silius Solus can actually move up because I'm quite happy for him to fight with this two-handed Warhammer as long as he has height advantage and he's got Caber Beast to at least taunt one person, so that should only be one nerd that's hitting him from the side. Similar story with Burning Bush and his greatsword. But then again, Burning Bush I don't think has nimble yet, so putting him in contact with that... Oh, he does. Okay, so he should be able to survive one hit from that Barbarian chosen. Ow. I love the hand-to-hand MMA fighting, dude. That's turning into a problem. Shot. Primer. Okay. Actually, when you have quick hands, he should actually be using throwing weapons. Frost, I'm gonna get over there and help the northern flank. Oh, unlucky that missed. Ruskar. You know what, Ruskar, if you're better off there, because then if these lads want to step in here against your two-handed Warhammer with height disadvantage, they are going to have such a bad time. I mean, they're not complete idiots. They are avoiding Ruskar. Frost Roman, you have a big old mace. Go ahead and use it. Oh fuck, I should have moved Chris Oakenshield. Ah, that decapitate was a 75 and it missed. Nice. Oh, that is the problem with Lord Nasty. I think I can almost take him out of this super heavy armor now. But until he gets nimble, he's going to keep wearing the super heavy armor. He's too important. Whew. Rotation saves lives. Missed. Oh, so close. Cecilia Solace, I kind of want to get in there with that mace, but there's no reason right now. Oh, I love the dodging, boys. Well done. That's 1 out of 4 hits that landed by the enemy. I mean, like, for most of the 1500 hours that I've played this game, I think I've been too offensive minded. I've come to appreciate how good defensive builds are. Where are you going, young man? Get your ass back here. Good shooting. Oh. Oh, fatigue. Damn. Thunk. Fuck, he's gonna get an attack off. Wait, isn't he been staggered? No, I haven't hit him with a warhammer. So Creeper Jack is in the biggest trouble here, but if he uses the big arc swing, there's less of a chance it'll hit. Yeah, but never mind, hopefully I can disarm him. Yep, Christopher Belmont is OP. And think of a warband that has multiple Trevor Belmonts. Nicely done, boys. Nicely done. No throwing weapons, though. I think he's also a good candidate for dodge. 675. Oh, +4 melee skill. Oh, good. Hammer Raider, he needs Colossus. Oh yeah, 100 hit points. 8 Sword Raider, +3, +3. Fatigue, it sucks to turn down that plus. Actually, I'm gonna go to 50 resolve because then he doesn't have to wear the necklace. He can carry a dog. Low resolve. 42 is pretty low. Okay, doesn't matter. Quick hands, maybe for Burning Bush, the Sword Raider. I think eventually what I want is, in this setup, I want my two-handed warhammer, great sword, the two-handed maces step up through these holes here. Then it's mace, axe. So on the assumption that he's going to be in that part of the formation, he is going to need underdog. And he is going to need reach advantage. But you got to go berserk at 8. 68 is at level 8 is freaking disappointing. It's really low. Might have to get rid of him. Let's see, Berserk at 8, Reach Advantage at 9, Underdog at 10, and at 11 he gets Killing Frenzy. He's no good for dodge, he's got rubbish fatigue. We'll have to think about that. Right, let's head out into the wilderness and see if we can't find some orcs. But this I have to do first, because then that completes our ambition. Many chosen. I'll take him on in the morning. This is such good experience. Wait, so the Chosen I don't think actually use ranged their throwing weapons. I'm pretty sure it's only their Reavers that use the throwing weapons. So potentially this is a bit of a waste. Criticoi goes up there, which puts Ever Beast there. George Warhammer will, I think, hold that position. Puts front line there, which puts Burning Bush. Ah, shit. Okay, well, we've got rotation, so. Belmont. Most likely if he goes here, that Chosen will just chop through his shield in a turn or two. Let's see what that Chosen does. And Creeper Jack doesn't have a shield. Whoops. Okay, very important then that Creeper Jack is next to someone that has Taunt. Decent. Samo, go help the northern side of the flank. It seems pretty clear what they're trying to do here. As scary as it is, I actually need that Warhammer to hit that heavy armor. Oh, fuck. George Warhammer has 19 melee defense. Oh, beautiful. Roman, don't go in there, they'll put you in contact with two of these people. Your melee defense is 24, it's pretty good. If that dude wants to go toe to toe, we can handle that. This is too dangerous. No, Roskar steps forward there. I should have gone full armor piercing in this build. Not build, I mean on for this fight. Silius Sodus, 22 melee defense. I could drop the dog to give him an extra target to hit, but I don't like that. It's just going to get the dog killed. And that's super bad because then it could give the enemy confident. Can't step in there. Keep going on the flank. Shitbird will go to that position. Samo will come back down to the south, try and help there. This is where it gets scary. Moving away, that's surprising and quite interesting, I think. Nice. Oh, that dude's having a bad time. Get murdered. Ooh. Okay, nice dodging. Dazed? No, staggered. That's a warhammer. Are they fleeing? No, they're not. They're just moving around. That would be crazy. You don't go there. Crunch, dead. That dude is hard to hit. Do I want to go there and surround him, but then no, I'm giving up height advantage to that two-handed axe. The maces are so important. I think I let these two flee. They are so dangerous and the rewards are not that great for fighting them. We've got a bit of injuries here. No numble. No injury. Okay, good. Useless. Good lord. Creeper Jack did amazing damage in this fight. Just for that one-handed mace. Okay, so when it's just chosen, it's not worth fighting them. They do look a bit Chaos warrior-y. Good point. Head to Sommersborg. We've got a full inventory of stuff to sell. And we've got to hit the training barracks again. Crazy to me that I'm actually selling that type of heavy armor these days, but my builds have moved away from being so heavy armor oriented. That's been the biggest surprise of the last few months of playing Battle Royale is how viable and how good light armor builds actually are. Okay, we're looking for Noble Mail and Saleh Helmet, none of which we have, but there is another leather scale, nice and cheap. Barbute. Only an extra 5 body armor, but you know, not bad. Oh yes, I need another heater. I need to be. I'm running out low on heater shields. Also, Burkhardt needs to get some training on him at some point. Throwing axes. That'll do, that'll do. No heater shield. Melee skill is nice. Melee defense is good. Initiative is good. But then, okay, short-sighted means nothing. Optimist is nice. This guy could be worth hiring to take a look at him. Fatigue is nice. Melee skill. Melee defense. Impatient is rubbish. That could be good. $55. 53 and 5. I think these lads have potential to be better than some of the guys we've got in the front line. But there's no need to get rid of them right now. You know what? I think I'm in the phase where I'm going to settle for nothing but the best. Nothing but 3 stars in melee skill. Secret price. No. No. Raiders tents. Junk. Honestly, the rusty warblade is kind of junk, but I'm only hanging on for that for when my torturer needs to farm zombies real quick. Okay, let's go greenskin hunting. Ooh, that's kind of tempting, the Bardyke. But I got no one who can really use it. The polehammer, though, is a decent option for the... But if I buy the polehammer, I'd really only be using it on the back line until my other Warhammer lad is ready to go to the front line. So what I really want is the two-handed Warhammer. Fencing sword I don't use. Let's go look for greenskin parties. Anybody need healing? Kind of. It's just camp for a little while. Before it gets dark, we'll get in there. This ambition has gone on long enough, so we know it's undead. It's just a question of what it is. 17 Geists. Do I have my Bannerman and my Sergeant? Mace Raider, Archer, Ninja, Hammer Raider, Sergeant. Well, so he's carrying the banner. Get in there. We've got loads of dogs as well. These are pretty deadly smurfs, let me tell you. Oh fuck, my backline can do nothing against them. Dead! Here's a question. You taunt a Geist, is it going to scream at you on the next turn? I don't think it will. Come on, dogs. I don't know whether throwing weapons have the same hit chance. Great job, Trevor. Good legend. Ah, again you missed that. 60% chance. You f***ed it up. Just get it right in there. Oh god, this is fucking scary. Try to put our bannerman towards the center of the formation with 1, 2, 3, 4. So these guys aren't covered by his plus resolve. I fear we've made a terrible mistake. Started with 17 and now there's down to 15. Okay, so taunt does work against the guys. That's good to know. This is scary. Oh, come on, boys, for fuck's sake. I'm gonna wait. Let's see if we can raise their morale. You're kidding me. Ads! Finally. Good boy, warrior. Trevor Belmont's the only one who's actually fucking doing anything. The raise morale almost never works. It's fucking ridiculous. Oh, Caber Beast. Was so big. Good dogs. Fuck's sake. Hey. Done critically. With the whip is amazing. So you reckon his dice were bad? Yeah, well, I mean, I would hope that Jurdas is really good. He's got 800 hours in the game. I'd say you still are favourite to win the whole thing because you're one of the better players and you got one of the better teams. I think Logix might no, you Logix. Sorry, I think Griff will give you a good run for your money. I think of all the teams in the tournament, you probably don't want to fight the Chorfs would probably be your worst matchup, or the Dwarves. Well played, boys. Well played. Ghost Invasion. On that mission, Ghost Invasion, not like the the late game crisis, but that's the ambition done. And these new guys are leveling so quickly. It's fucking great. Fancy feet. Now he can carry more throwing weapons. Or a net. Level 11 for Creeper Jack. I reckon it's got to be fatigue. I mean, Logics, if you go up against dwarfs or chorfs, I can't see how your line rats get through that, because they're going to get the shit kicked out of them every single fight. I think I made the decision that Creeper Jack was going to become a shield expert because Silius Sodus has the quick hands and coming up from the back, and Forrester Roman has the same sort of build. Shield expert to give up to 50 odd melee defense. And I've only got 2 perks left here, so it feels like recover is mandatory. I really didn't need Steel Brow for a heavy armor user. Berserk is nice. Fast adaptation is probably arguably unnecessary. It is, Milky. It's a very tough fight. But I'm not too worried because that Orc Warlord won't be able to do any damage because Trevor Belmont will just use that battle weapon, pull the weapon out of his hand. Creeper Jack. Do I go shield specialization? I think I probably do. I like him as a tank. Change him to be a mace tank. I'm also kind of rethinking my sword raider build. I kind of feel like raiders are the two-handed weapon users, and you clearly can't just have 8 two-handed weapon users up front anymore with the change to quick hands and all of that. I could still pivot Burning Bush to be more of a tank like Samo, and then I could have sword tank, the two-handed mace user step forward. But then I still got a problem on these outside flanks though. My Hammer Raider at level 11, he's going to need Underdog. I feel like I'm always going to need tanks on the outside flanks. Spear tanks don't do enough damage, so maybe the sword tanks will take over and the spear tanks will eventually get retired, so then it'll be sword tank, mace raider, sword raider, torturer, axe tank. Then this little front 5 will be tank, torturer, tank. Of my front 8 guys, I'm starting to feel like 1, 2, 3, 4 of them need to be tanks. Maybe even 5 of them. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Okay, because currently I'm doing a 9 and 7 formation. Actually, that kind of works then, yeah. So 4 of the front 9 are tanks, then there can be 2 torturers and 2 mace raiders. But then what do I do with my hammer raiders? If I'm going to have my two-handed weapon users stand on the front line without quick hands, I think that I have to accept that in most fights they'll have to start with a shield out and then just lose 1 turn of attack because they have to put the shield away and then get their weapon out. So in that case, Creeper Jack, it's too tempting to not be able to use the two-handed flanged mace. As good as the winged mace is, the two-handed flanged is just so fucking great. Look at that. Killing Frenzy. Extra damage. Reach advantage kind of feels like a bit of a waste though. Because I mean, even if he... Maybe I should get it though. If he's going to have a two-handed weapon... Yeah, I mean, the big threat to Creeper Jack on the front line, if he's got a two-handed weapon, would be a crossbow. So if that's his setup, then look, he's there for 72 fatigue, which is way better. But he's just such a target for ranged shots, though, putting him on the front line like that. I think then, I mean, look, there's not always archers shooting at him, so I think if he's in a battle where he knows he's going to have to take a few crossbow hits, he'll just start the fight like that, which is, you know, not bad, 29. Moves forward into battle and then just has to spend one turn where he doesn't get to attack like that. Maybe then to offset that we take adrenaline. That he can move forward with his shield, put the shield away, adrenaline, get to attack on the next turn to stun someone. But then he doesn't have recover and... Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take recover and killing frenzy and just accept that, like, let's say it's a fight against a huge amount of raiders or goblins or whatever. He moves forward, gets into contact with the enemy, but he's still got his shield out. And he's in heavy armor, so he's super slow. The enemies will attack him on the front line, but he'll already have his shield out and okay melee defense. He then swaps away, but then he loses a second turn of attack. I feel like start the turn like that, step forward into contact, whip the shield away, leaves him with zero AP. He uses adrenaline, can attack on the first turn and at least stun one of the two enemies he's in contact with. The thing is then when he starts with 67 fatigue and then promptly uses 20, takes him down to 47. At the end of that turn, recovers 15. Let's try it. Well, I have to get my hands on a third two-handed flanged mace first. And in the meantime, the winged mace does great work as well. I kind of feel like I might have to cut somebody at this point. Who do I cut? If I accept the fact that I'm going to want to always have 4 tanks, so we've got, who are the tanks? We've got Kredikoi, Caber Beast, George Warhammer, and Samuel Lothbrok. I kind of wish Samuel Lothbrok was an axe specialist. That could be sword, or spear, axe. It kind of feels like my sword guys are the odd ones out at this point. Well, I'm happy to say that I've got the ranged fighters that I need. Now, what am I going to do with these hammer raiders? Because like now, the situation that I'm in is that my mace raiders and my hammer raiders are kind of filling the same role. I don't know. I've got bloat. I've got to cut. I need to cut either the shield breakers or the 2 spear tanks. But I mean, look at that melee defense. Whereas Samo is probably the weakest tank, whereas Caber is really good. I feel like we retire Samo and we get another axe tank in. And we retire Burning Bush, who was promising, but his starting stats were too low. Then this Torturer will eventually go. I mean, Shitberto will be in reserve for most times. Eventually, in the super late game, Shitberto's only job is going to be to step in when he needs to take down a Hedge Knight or a Bandit Leader or something like that. Lots to think about. Let me know what you think in the comments of what we should do. Anyway.